Recently, South Korean gaming company Krafton announced they're working on a new life simulation game. Wow! Let's talk about it. I think I ended up watching every single video that's out there about this game, including all the playtests and reviews. Reviews, quote unquote. I don't know emoji with the hands. Question mark. More on those later.
We're messy.
So what are my initial thoughts? It looks amazing visually. I like the ultra realistic vibe, and frankly, I can't relate to people who are like, it's too realistic for me. Unless you're only playing The Sims 4 and Mario, I think we all often play games with realistic graphics. And just because it's a life sim doesn't mean it can't not resemble real life. I don't know.
Don't know what she's saying.
However, at the same time, I'm not someone who's like, I'm drooling at the mouth over the graphics. Because the truth is, something can look beautiful but also be shallow AF. I mean, look at me. It's concerning to me that people see something that's pretty and automatically assume that the experience of playing it will also be amazing. So depth of gameplay, especially when it comes to a life sim, is extremely important. And to be honest, I'm not sure that I saw that much depth in the videos I watched, but it's still in development, so we'll see. The jobs look interesting, the cutscenes were cool, but again, I'm not interested in playing a dollhouse simulator. And although I can recognize that the create a character functionality looks incredible, it's such a small factor just for me personally when it comes to what makes a life sim special. But also, question, is it even possible in this game to make characters that are not conventionally attractive? In all the videos I watched, I didn't see a single person who was not beautiful, and I take issue with that.
I was sick.
And as someone who has lived in South Korea for the better part of the last 7 or 8 years, I'm fully aware that the standard of beauty here is very narrow and also super toxic, but that's another story. But I mention that because the game is being developed by a Korean gaming company, and honestly, if they want the game to appeal to a global audience, there should be more customization available in terms of body types and skin tones. And when it comes to things like LGBTQ representation, which in Korea is still very controversial for lack of a better word, I'm curious to see what approach the devs will take. It appears that they might be aiming for an end of 2024 release, and they have not decided on what monetization model they'll be using, but as someone who has spent many a sleepless night in PC bongs, I know all too well that Korean gaming companies love a good microtransaction. But we'll see, and to be honest, there's no reason to speculate further, but I have just one more thing to say, and this might be the start of my cancellation arc. But after watching all these content creators review the game, I was so surprised that only one person actually stated in the video that they were sent a gaming PC in order to play this game. A very souped up PC at that. I think this is a very important detail to include because it allows people to gauge how accessible the game might be for them. And to get even messier, none of the content creators actually stated in their videos that they were not just sent these PCs to playtest the game, but they were actually gifted the PCs. And mind you, PCs with these specs retail in the $2,000 to $4,000 range. That's a pretty big detail to leave out, no?
You need to be honest, because that's not cool.
And maybe you guys don't care, but I'm really big on integrity and transparency. The same creator, I think it was Emma Nicole, who stated that they were sent the PCs, later clarified in the comments that they were not just sent the PCs, they were given them. Like, they got to keep them. And I appreciated her honesty. To be honest, it sort of makes me question the veracity of the things that some of these content creators say, and if what they say about the game in the future is actually real, or if they're sugarcoating their opinions in order to preserve this very lucrative relationship with the developer. And look, I'm sure there's gonna be someone down there in the comments being like, not Malcolm, you're just a jealous bitch. You can think that if you want, but this is about something much deeper than just a gift or making a quick buck. I don't need that. I've turned down multiple sponsorships. My whole point is transparency is extremely important, not just for me as a content creator, but also for me as a viewer. You guys have heard me criticize Sims 4 content creators several times. I've said that if EA is giving creators free packs, allowing them to make money via creator codes, paying them to work on DLC, etc., then we should take their opinions on the game with a grain of salt. That same logic applies to every creator, including me. Even with a game like Life by You, which I've talked about and plan to play on this channel, if they sent me an email tomorrow and offered to give me a free copy of the game, I would say respectfully no. And maybe that makes me dumb or a bad YouTuber, but I would never do something that would compromise my ability to tell my honest opinion. And like I said, this isn't me attacking anyone, and it's actually a much bigger issue than just this game. This kind of thing happens all the time. I just feel like I came face to face with it over the last few days and I had to mention it. So there, I said what I said.
We don't say that, but now we said it.
Let me know what you think down below, and are you excited for Inzoi? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time from the comfort of Cancellation Prison.